Alright, so here is the answer to the windshield wiper problem, me chasing my dad. I have already set up the VOVA-SAT charts, and I think the only thing a little bit tricky about those is that, whoops, I didn't mean to be crossing that out, that the delta x for my dad, since he gets a 2-second head start and we can really only use those equations when we're undergoing constant acceleration, I decided to just take the slice of time where we are both undergoing constant acceleration, which is after I give my dad the 2-second head start. So I made my dad's change in position equal to my change in position minus 20 meters, because if here's where my dad is once he starts and goes this way, because he's going at 20 meters per second, after 2 seconds he's gonna be 40 meters down, so his change in position is going to be 40 meters less than mine when I catch up to him. So what I did was I noticed that we kind of have two unknowns, so I needed to set up two equations, the unknowns being the change in position and the time. So the equations that I used were delta x equals vot plus 1/2 at squared, and thank you, Vince. So yes, someone just walked in while I was talking to the computer. Yay! Embarrassing. Okay, so what I did was I did this for me, and I said delta x for me equals VO, which is 0, so I just made that 0. I love zeros. And then plus 1/2 a times t squared. Okay, so that's one part of my equations, but I need two equations because I got two unknowns. So for my dad, said delta x me minus 20 is his displacement, equals 20 meters per second times time, and his plus 1/2 at squared, that goes to 0. So then I said, this is a really gross thing. I got to kind of do some substitution and rearrangement here, but it's not that horrible. But I did, so mine side is 1/2 of 2.5. You know what? I can do this. I can say 1/2 of 2.5 is 1.25 meters per second squared times t squared. And what else was I doing? Okay, minus, or that's going to equal for my dad 20 meters per second times time plus 20 meters. I hope that's okay that I've done that. And then since it's a quadratic, I kind of wanted to get it into something that's nice to solve quadratic, into that ABC form. It probably has a different name, but now it is ripe for solving quadratic style, and the way that you do that is, well, you can do it a lot of ways. I put it into, let's see if I can redo it again. I put it into the quadratic formula calculator that we have on our handy dandy website. So I just put in the coefficients, which were 1.25 minus 20 minus 20, and you should get two solutions because it's quadratic, and the two solutions are negative 0.94, and since I don't have my flux capacitor, I'm definitely not catching up to my dad before this thing has happened. So the solution that we use is 16.9 seconds. Okay, so the time being 16.9 seconds, and I guess sig fig wise that really should be 17 seconds. So then the second part of the question is, how far down the road do I catch up to him? Well, if my dad has the 17 seconds that I'm chasing him to catch up to him, he's actually been going from my position for 2 more seconds, and then I can say, oh, well, he's going for 19 seconds at 20 meters each second, and so it should be 380 meters down the road that I catch up to my dad. Dr. Gorin to you. All right. Don't tell him I was playing with the windshield wipers. Goodbye.